I never did an internship as an undergrad. I was too busy working a series of shitty campus jobs to be able to afford my ramen noodles and my burgeoning alcohol habit, to work for some shithead for free, just so I could get experience doing the same kind of office work someone else might actually pay me to do. By the time I was a graduate student, it was probably too late to be the kind of impressionable young interns skinny dudes wanted to fuck. Something about the nihilism and hatred in my eyes, probably. But one time a guy tried. He decided he was too old to be fucking a 22-year-old, despite the fact that I'd happily had my mouth on his dick on our first date. But generally speaking, the glee with which the slimeballs of DC tried to fuck interns all the way to jaded Bitchville and Herpy Town always disgusted me. Like, it's not that hard to get laid in your own age group. Why you gotta try to fuck someone who hasn't watched her soul die yet? And then I fucked an intern. He was the Iowa-bred, corn-fed, barely 21-year-old intern of a friend, only in town for a few more weeks, standing at a goodbye party in his ill-fitting, white button-down khakis and navy blazer, sipping a gin and tonic and staring at my tits with bright blue eyes under a mess of shaggy black hair. I was almost 30, bored with trying to find another relationship and pounding sangria. He'd just moved into my neighborhood, so I offered to show him a few fun places on my way out of the happy hour. He called me drunk 2 hours later. We met at a divey bar, and on the way to the second, he asked, all innocent-eyed, if we could stop at his place to change out of his suit. And innocent-eyed, I agreed. I sat on his couch in the kind of apartment I remembered from my college days, sparsely furnished, as we tried to conduct a conversation with a hallway between us, until, in a t-shirt and his boxers, he suggested it would be easier to talk in his room while he looked for clean clothes. Smirking, I agreed. In there, I was reminded even more of college, as there were 2 twin beds, and the place was strewn with dirty boy clothes, contained 2 guitars and an amp. And pretty much nothing else. My intern was an aspiring blues musician and sporting a nascent erection. Still scared, though, he didn't even move to kiss me as I sat down in his bed. Curious to see if he would really go for it or not, I laid back down in the bed as we spoke. He flopped down beside me. I looked at him during a lull of the conversation and said nothing. He leaned in to kiss me gently, so I flicked my tongue in his mouth as he put his arm around my waist to pull me closer. He filled my mouth with his tongue, so I grabbed his back, running my hands under his shirt. It became a game. How far would I go? How far would he go? Turns out we were both pretty willing to take it pretty far. So he pushed my shirt up and my bra down, applying his tongue to my nipples one at a time as I reached for his cock and began jerking him off. He reached for the button of my jeans, stripping them off so quickly that they ended up inside out and entwined in my underwear on the other side of the room in some pile of dirty boy clothes. And made as though he would plant his face between my thighs. So I stopped him. I kissed him once and I said, look, most guys can't find a clitoris with 2 hands, a road map, and a flashlight. He grinned at me cockily. Oh yeah? Want to bet? And then his face was between my legs with his tongue lightly flicking my clit. He found it pretty easily. Faster and faster until I moaned and my back arched, at which point he did something no one, not men twice his age, or presumably 10 times his experience, had done. He used his tongue, and just his tongue, to press my clit down, rolling it around, the pressure coming from both directions. As I started to go, I gasped. As I started to go off, I gasped, finger me, and his finger slammed inside me in time for my vaginal muscles to contract around him. He didn't stop, and neither did I, coming twice more before he ran out of breath. In a post-orgasm haze, he moved over me as though to penetrate me, and I managed to say condoms. He didn't have any, though, which prompted a naked hunt through the drawers of his 3 roommates in 2 different rooms. I don't think he ever told them. Finally finding some, he practically pushed me down the bed, threw my legs across his shoulders, and slammed his enormous Iowa cock into me. 3 or 4 thrusts and I was nearing orgasm again. 5, 6, 7, and I was moaning, don't stop, oh God, fuck me. 8, 9, and I came shuddering while he didn't let up pounding me. Rounds 1 and 2. After 3, we had to take a breather. Lounging in the half-lit room while he sang me blues music, and I stared at his naked body long enough and intently enough that he got aroused again. and had started round 4, but round 5 took a little more effort. 21-year-olds. So we adjourned to the living room computer to compare tastes in porn. Mine was better. And good enough to land me astride one of his legs while he fingered me to orgasm again, his mouth on my nipples and my hand on his cock. He grabbed that hand, raced back to the bedroom, bent me over, and slammed inside me so hard it almost hurt. But I came instead, and almost immediately so did he. He flipped on his back on his twin bed and sleepily invited me to stay as I surveyed the floor in search of my clothes. I said, actually, I don't think I've slept in a twin bed in probably 10 years. His eyes snapped open. How old are you? He said, as I put my bra on. I said, how old do you think I am? He said, 24, 25, and I started laughing. I said, I'm 30. He got a little bit goggle-eyed, so I called a cab and kissed him goodnight and stepped out the front door.